Hello everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. Thank you to all of you who watched last week's video on the biggest recorder in the world. It got an amazing reception. I'm so happy. Yes. Today's video is all about vibrato. Ooh. Vibrato. Vibrato is one of those things that seems very vague, and I've read about people getting their vibrato as if it's the kind of thing that's bestowed upon you randomly, like, you are now ready to have your vibrato. Really, it's like anything else, it's not all that complicated, it's a technique. Vibrato for me is a bit different because I feel it's slightly more intuitive than some of the other techniques. It's one of those things where you actually just have to spend a bit more time sitting there with your instrument trying to do it rather than worrying about all of the technical things. I'm going to try and give you advice on all of that, on everything today in this small video. I'm going to explain vibrato as a fluctuation of the sound. Instead of being like doo, it's like doo. We're going to see later that can be in volume, in pitch, in intensity. Vibrato is also used in many styles of music and it's applied differently in each style. You have your opera singers and your classical romantic music. And of course, in pop, in jazz, in every kind of music, there's some kind of vibrato. Specifically for the recorder, we're going to be looking more at Baroque music, and here vibrato was more used as an ornament. So it wasn't a permanent sound colour that's always there, it's more used in like a little spice, used to give emotion, used to give shape to the line, or if there's dissonance with the harmony to highlight that. And before we go on, there are different types of vibrato. The type I'm going to talk about today is with your breath. There is another type with your fingers, but that is for a whole other video. Let's get started. Where do we start? The starting point is a solid basis, a good straight tone. What I hear a lot as a teacher, especially amongst adult students, is a kind of involuntary nervous vibrato. This comes from not having proper breath support, and I would say it's better to first get rid of that, learn a good foundation, breath support, strong straight tone, and from there build your vibrato onto that. So we have all of our breathing mechanism here. Nice and supportive, no unnecessary tension. Spend some time at the beginning of your practice playing long notes, concentrating on getting them really solid, straight, supported. Using this straight tone as a basis, we're going to try and make some waves. Now, we're always going to imagine your fundamental tone as a straight line, and vibrato is going to be like this. A wave going up and below the line. You can see that the amount it goes above should be the same amount as the amount it goes below. The average is the center line of your straight sound. Your vibrato isn't always above the line, and it's not always below the line. And we're going to start with an exercise from Gudrun Haynes' book, Advanced Recorder Technique, Breathing and Sound. There is a whole chapter on vibrato. You're going to take a G and let the air flow out of you. Let's try and do that the other way around. And throw it away. Okay, we're going to take those again, and instead of a and a we're going to try and make it more of a straight line. Extreme at the moment, but don't worry. Now we're going to connect these and try and speed it up a bit. Let's go faster. going to make it a bit less extreme, so you don't have to blow as hard and as soft. This is like a vibrato if you zoom in 100 times. Let's make it even less extreme. Hey, by speeding it up and making it smaller, we're starting to find something that resembles vibrato. But do take some time to practice those smooth waves on different notes as well. Another way to find your vibrato is to laugh. It's actually really hard to pretend to laugh. We're just going to try a light giggle. And to make it look even more weird, we're going to do that without the voice. Let's take an E and try and into the recorder. As you can hear now, that wiggly vibrato line is definitely above the whole centre line. So we're going to bring it down a bit, just relax it. I find it helps to start the note first and then go ha 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 ha. So these were 2 ways to kind of find your vibrato. I hope these have helped. If not, never fear. In Walter van Houwer's second book of The Modern Recorder Player, he has an entire section on vibrato with the most minutely detailed step-by-step physical method for finding your vibrato. So now you kind of have your vibrato, we are going to start honing it with some rhythm exercises. I want to give you the tools to make your own exercises so you're not always relying on me or on a book. So take this principle of alternating your straight tone with a subdivision and make any combination of numbers. We are going to go straight, 1, 2, 3, straight, 1, 2, 3, straight. Straight, 1, 2, 3, 4, straight. And substitute any number you like. Let's do straight, 1, 2, straight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight. The cool thing about this is that you can already practice a certain speeding up and slowing down of the vibrato. Let's make it more extreme. We're going to do straight, 2, 5, 6, 4, 2. When you've made all of your combinations of rhythm exercises, different tempos with the metronome, different notes, I also like to try and vibrato a song that I know. We are going to try and vibrato Row, row, row your boat. The idea is that you're transferring something you're hearing in your brain into something you're doing with your body. You have an idea of how you want to shape this musical phrase or musical note, and you're bringing that out in your instrument. A couple of physical things to check on while you're doing all of this. As always, relaxed, no extra tension anywhere here. If it's sounding weird or forced, then it probably won't sound very nice in your music. It should sound very natural. Make sure your central note is stable. That mosquito is back. Okay, in my mind, vibrato also has two components. You have the speed of your vibrato and the amplitude, the extremity of your vibrato. The difference is subtle but important. I've also tried to draw it. Here you can see the amount of vibrato stays the same. They just get slower. And here, the frequency by which the vibrato happens stays the same, but your vibrato gets smaller, less extreme. Here is an exercise to practice that. We're going to take 4 beats. Da 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 da. We're going to just increase the vibrato over 2 and decrease over 2. Da 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 da. This one was just with the amount of vibrato, with the amplitude. Now we're going to try and do the same thing, but playing with the speed. After we have tried all of these exercises, my biggest tip is this. Take a piece of slow music that you love. Get rid of all these technical things from your head and just play it over and over and over again, putting vibrato in where you think it's beautiful. I feel like your vibrato apparatus takes time to warm up like any other technical thing, and you need to put the time into this. So in the beginning, when you're applying it to pieces, I would say in the beginning be quite sparing, like salt or something, or a very exciting spice. How you use it is very much a stylistic thing, so I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong. I hope that helps. I hope that was a start for vibrato. If you have vibrato questions, experiences, tips, success stories, please leave them in the comments below. I feel like this really is a topic where talking with other people about how they do it is really helpful. Oh yeah, YouTube has a new cool thing where if you want to subscribe, press this very exciting button down here with my face on it. Thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye!